So, what on earth does the future of AI have in common with a nuclear power plant? Well, as it turns out, everything. Today, we're going to dig into Meta's massive, audacious gamble on nuclear energy. And this isn't just about getting more juice. It's about seizing control of the power grid itself. And it could totally reshape the tech landscape as we know it.
To really get a handle on the scale of what's going on here, we have to start with just one number, 1 gigawatt. It sounds simple, right? But that single number is about to change absolutely everything for the future of artificial intelligence.
Okay, so a gigawatt is enough energy to power a whole city. But here's the kicker. Meta isn't building a city. Nope, they're building a single AI data center, codenamed Prometheus. And just like the Greek Titan who stole fire from the gods, this project is all about wrestling with an incredible amount of power.
You know, for years we've heard about hyperscale data centers, but that's old news. With chips like NVIDIA's new Blackwell series, we are officially entering a brand new era, the age of gigascale. And these aren't just bigger data centers, they're totally different beasts, and they have an absolutely insatiable appetite for energy.
The obvious question is, why not just plug all this into solar and wind? I mean, it's a fair question. But imagine trying to run a marathon where you can only drink water when it rains. That's kind of the problem with renewables. AI needs a constant, non-stop, 24/7 stream of power, and those intermittent sources just can't guarantee that.
And this is where this idea of baseload power becomes so important. You can think of it as the steady heartbeat of our energy grid. And when it comes to providing that clean, reliable power around the clock, well, nuclear is just in a league of its own. We're talking over 92% uptime. It's really the only clean energy source that can keep up with AI's relentless demand.
So, Meta was facing this huge challenge. They had two choices. Either they scale back their AI dreams, or they make a move so bold it would send shockwaves through the whole industry. You can guess which one they picked.
So, let's jump to the big reveal. On January 9th, 2026, Meta went public with a series of deals to lock down a staggering 6.6 gigawatts of nuclear power by 2035. This isn't just a big deal. It fundamentally changes the energy game.
And this wasn't just a simple shopping spree. Meta's strategy here was a masterclass. They roped in 3 very different partners. You've got the established player, the scrappy innovator, and the big-name visionary. But what's really interesting is how this whole strategy is split into 2 phases.
Meta's plan is brilliant because it's so simple. Step 1, solve the energy problem they have right now. Step 2, at the same time, bet big on the technology they're going to need for tomorrow. It's a classic case of having your cake and eating it too.
Let's break this down. The deal with Vistra, that's the safe, reliable bet on technology that already exists. It gives them a solid foundation. But then you have the investments in Oklo and TerraPower. Those are the high-risk, high-reward venture capital plays on the future of nuclear. It's just a perfectly balanced portfolio of power.
And a really key part of that Vistra deal is funding these upgrades. It's basically like finding a hidden reservoir of clean energy that was already there. We're talking about enough brand new, clean power to light up a whole city, all without building a single new reactor. Pretty clever, right?
But Meta isn't just focused on today. They're funding the future. With Oklo, they're backing a super compact reactor that can literally run on old nuclear waste. And with TerraPower, they're investing in what's basically a nuclear battery that can store and release energy whenever you need it, which is an absolute game changer for AI.
So what's the secret sauce here? What did Meta figure out that its rivals totally missed? Well, the answer isn't in the tech. It's all in the strategy.
The real genius move here wasn't about watts or reactors. It was about playing the game of regulation. And to pull it off, Meta actually studied a rival's playbook, specifically a page that detailed a pretty spectacular failure. See, Amazon tried to build a private extension cord straight from a power plant to their data center. The whole point was to avoid paying tolls on the public energy highway, right? But regulators saw it differently. They argued it would just make everyone else pay more to keep the grid running, and they shut it down. Hard.
So, learning from Amazon's stumble, Meta did the complete opposite. Instead of trying to bypass the grid, they embraced it. They basically walked in and said, hey, we'll use the public roads and we'll happily pay all the tolls. They positioned themselves as a partner, not a freeloader.
And the difference is just night and day. Amazon looked like it was trying to drain the community pool for itself. Meta, on the other hand, offered to help build a bigger one for everybody. It was a simple but absolutely brilliant checkmate move that turned a huge roadblock into a red carpet.
Okay, so
what does all this mean for the future? Let's zoom out, because this is about way more than just one company's power bill. It's a fundamental shift in the whole relationship between big tech and, well, the rest of the world.
We are witnessing the dawn of energy sovereignty. For these tech giants, it's no longer enough to just be a customer of the power company. The new game is to become an architect of the energy grid itself. It's a power play in the most literal sense of the word.
This quote really just says it all. In the age of AI, having access to electrons is just as critical as having access to algorithms. The companies that control the power are going to be the ones who write the future. It's a simple equation, but with some really profound implications. And this isn't just a win for Meta. It's a big win for communities in places like Ohio and Pennsylvania that are going to benefit from all this investment. And it's basically a new playbook for the entire tech industry, a blueprint for how to build the future of AI responsibly.
So Meta has made its move. The race for AI dominance has officially entered a totally new phase. The question is no longer about who has the best algorithms, it's about who has the power to run them. The game has changed. So who's going to be next? Thanks for joining this explainer.